If Collingwood lose to Essendon, Eddie might start an MCG rebuild by himself, in or out.
Pretty much. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Eddie and Jimmy on this Thursday before we get set for a big week of football. Thanks to Fiji Airways, of course. Thanks to Paul Scurr and all the team. That's where you should be going on your holiday mid-season. Get up there, something for everybody from, as I said, a thatched hut, if you like, to just the 7-star resorts. And, of course, Fiji Airways these days, with one world travel, you can just jump on and head to America, to Vancouver in Canada, to LA, to San Francisco, and to Dallas, and as the perfect hub into Europe, if that's the way you want to go. Maybe think of that holiday of a lifetime. Get up with the kids to Disneyland, and then come back and have a week or a couple of days in Fiji before coming back to Melbourne. Sounds like the perfect holiday to me. Thanks to our friends at Hyundai, who support the show, who have been fantastic sponsors of so many football clubs over the years, sticking thick with the Carlton Football Club through ups and downs, and with us, Jimmy. So great to have him on board. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thanks. I'm going to have to hit up Hyundai soon. I might need a bigger car. Right. We'll
come and speak to me.
Yeah, we'll be onto it. But no, we've got great sponsors, of course, Fiji Airways and Hyundai. But Thursday's Ed, we short, hold or buy in footy.
Yep.
And I'll fire the first one. Jezza, 1,000 career goals. So just to give you some stats, he's played 285 games, 753 goals. He made his debut in 2012. Short, hold or buy?
How old is he?
I don't have exact age, but I went, he probably needs 4 years to go at this level, which he's how old are we thinking? 33.
30? Okay, he's 33 years of age.
And I reckon 4 years at this level, because that gives you the 250 that he'll probably get, because, he's just over 60 goals.
I want to buy because I'd love him to get it.
Yeah.
I just think he's a great player. I love watching him play footy. He's a great character as well. I'd like to hope he does.
Same, yeah. So I buy a ticket and hope.
Yep, exactly. That's a Tatslotto ticket rather than buying shares, that one, isn't it?
That's it.
All right, Gold Coast.
I'm holding Gold Coast at the moment. The things that they built their game on last year, which is contest clearance, they're just a little bit off, and now there's some reasons for that. Of course, Matt Rowe's injury, Noah Anderson's missed some games, Petrarca's missed some games, Miller has missed some games, and Big Witsy's probably not at his absolute peak form, but I'm just holding. I think they can right the ship with the way they play.
Essendon. I'm shorting them this week.
You're shorting him. Holding. They've been better, but I'm not buying stocks. I'm not buying stocks.
They've got a little bit to run yet. Adelaide.
I'm holding them too. I'm still not concerned that they've gotten out of second or third gear yet. They've played probably a quarter here, 2 quarters there, and it's been enough to get them back level on the ledger. But I'm holding. I want to see them really play 4 quarters of footy first before I start buying them.
Yeah. Okay. Melbourne top 10 finish.
I want to buy this. They're exciting to watch. They are playing with some dare and dash.
They weren't last week, were they? They were shocking the week before.
I tell you what, Melbourne is good. The MCG on a Sunday afternoon.
That's it.
That's fun to watch.
It is. That's a good day at the footy, and that's a huge win. Again, Max Gawn. Yeah, Max lowered his colours the week before. Well, he came back. He's a proud man, and he was just sensational against the Brisbane Lions. So if Melbourne can knock off Brisbane, by less than a kick on the MCG, they're starting to play good football. Yeah. North Melbourne top 6 finish.
I want to buy it, but I'm not spending a lot of money yet. They've played a lot of sides that were down around near them on the ladder. They did cough up one that they probably should have won, but I'm buying it with a lot of optimism. But we'll see in the next 4 to 5 weeks when they run into some tougher sides.
Yeah, don't want to be buying shares on optimism. Not there yet, so I'll be shorting that one. Hawthorn's tall forwards.
Oh, I'm buying it. They've got lots of stocks of tall forwards. In comes Kel Shadir. McKay played as sort of a tallish mid-sized forward on the forward line. Of course, no Charles Royce, no Gunston. Got another one in there, VFL Schubert, who's showing a lot. And then you throw in Mitch Lewis, is showing some good form. They got some depth at the tall forward position. I'm buying their stocks.
Yeah, I'm just holding. Yeah, We'll get them all to fire at once. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Justin McInerney.
Buy. Give me some more Justin McInerney. hitting the scoreboard, playing through the middle of the ground. He's in electric form at the moment by Justin McInerney.
Brody Myercheck. Well, I saw my mob sell him, so I'm still devastated by that. But anyway,
can't have him forever.
I think he's a beauty. He's a ripper. So I'm buying Brody.
Yeah, I always like the way he plays his footy. I always buy some Brody Myercheck.
Did you ever see his old man play? No, you wouldn't have seen him. What am I talking about? I was only a kid when he was playing. Jack Myercheck. Played about 9 games for Essendon, redhead. And, Brody's tough and, it looks like he's made of an oak tree. He looks like Mr. Puniverse compared to his old man, the way he used to play. He used to just run around belting everybody. Jeez. It was unbelievable. Yeah. Good man too, Jack.
The unrealistic attempt free kicks. You're shorting, holding, and buying where players go for a hanger and the umpire says, that's unrealistic.
I'd just call play on unless it's really out of control.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're shorting it.
If you're close enough, let them go shorter. You've got to let blokes go. You know what I reckon as well? They should pay the mark a bit easier. The ball's made of, slippery. It's so slippery, but just, pay the mark. Let blokes go for them.
So would you have paid the Gary Ablett senior mark? It was against Collingwood?
Well, see, I reckon, I know it was against Gary. But, I got paid.
Yeah, but would you have paid it?
I think it wasn't a mark but I liked the acrobatics and the theatre that went with it. Even on the day, I said, oh, well, fair enough, give it to him. But, I think if you get a hand to the ball, fair enough. If you don't get a hand to the ball, then it's a free kick.
Yep, pretty simple one to call that one. Are you in or out on the following statements? The Bulldogs are celebrating their 2016 flag time. Geez, that's gone by quick. The Bulldogs, 10 years since the flag, have been disappointing. In or out? I'm out. They made another grand final in the meantime. They've been in finals campaigns.
Yeah, I think the first couple of years after 2016, they probably missed a bit of a window there. But they've been good. They're good value now, but for the injuries they've copped at the moment. But I think if you've won another grand final in that time, and there's plenty of people who line up to give the Dogs a kicking. Kane Corns being one. But there's plenty who say that, the old cliche Craig Hutchison's line about being thrown the keys to the Ferrari and not being able to drive it. But I disagree. I think the Dogs in that period have turned themselves into a great club. No longer do you talk about the Dogs being, the next team to fold or be merged or moved interstate. So, all things considered, they have turned themselves around in that 10-year period to becoming a very, very, very successful football club.
Yep, that's a hard out from both of us. The propeller head has finally got one right with the fixturing, leaving Essendon and Collingwood with clear air on Saturday. In or out?
And on free-to-air.
Yes.
And on free-to-air. There you go.
So, they got a win finally. Well done to the man in Canada.
They did get a win, yeah. So, it'll be a great day, as always, on Saturday at the MCG. Of course, it's always great, I think, when it is a midweek game because it just has that extra bit of exclusivity about it, I suppose. But, it'll be a great day. Always is.
All right, this one's for you because you've called many a game and you built up. We're here at the MCG. 100,000 people. The atmosphere's electric and they're going to throw it up.
Yeah,
it just doesn't have the same bounce.
I still think we should call it the opening bounce.
The opening throw.
We don't have to change.
That sounds like you just left the pub at 6 a.m.
Yeah,
here comes the opening throw up, a Mad Monday celebration.
Used to be the early openers back at the down there in Spencer Street with all the punters and dockers. I remember going to what's the pub down there again? I've got
the Cricketers.
The Waterside.
The
Waterside down at the old Waterside. I remember going there with my dad one morning on a Saturday morning early. He was picking up a suit, believe it or not. My dad was a working class man, but we were going to Roger David or someone to get a suit. And he used to wear a hat, so he might have been picking up a hat as well. But we parked outside the Waterside and I remember him saying, well, have a look in here. And it was 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. in those days. To get the blokes coming off the wharves. It was just tough. It had bars everywhere. Blokes were coming out, falling out the doors. It was like something out of the Wild West. And as a 5 or 6 year old me, my eyes were bugging out just looking at it. It was a different time and a different world back in those days, Jimmy. All right, what are we up to?
All right, so we need a better name than the centre throw up.
I think we just call it the bounce, and we can refer to days of old. Keep the vernacular going.
Big bags of goals are back, baby. In or out?
Yep, they are.
I hope so, in.
They are. They're back.
Yeah.
Gary Jr. has made a local football comeback. Buddy made a local football comeback. Is it time for the 2011 Norm Smith medalist to make a comeback to football, Jimmy Bartel?
It's out. It's out. It is a hard out. Those two gentlemen, it was good to see him back playing footy. And I actually sent Gaz a message and he gave me a call and he told me he's never been so sore in his life playing that game, the one we saw shots of him down in Tasmania. He goes, you know the thing that gets you? Changing direction. He goes, yeah, that's the thing. You're pretty much on the train tracks once you become retired.
If he's saying that, then that stays true for everyone. Small forwards are the best they've ever been.
Well,
They're pretty good.
I think sides have got more small forwards who can hit the scoreboard per each good team. So, we talk about, Stephen Milne gets overlooked. The other wizard, of course, Jeff Farmer, the original wizard. I'm going to miss plenty of them. There's every side has had a great one. But it feels like now they hunt in packs. Look at what the Lions are doing, what the Hawks are doing, and even what the Dogs are missing, of course, with Cody Waitman being on their forward line as well. And there's plenty others around the competition. I'm not singling just those guys out, of course. Rankin when he pushes forward, Rochelle as well. They seem to hunt in packs now as teams.
But it's interesting because, once upon a time you were a rover and you'd rest in the forward pocket. And that's where, Lou Richards, I think, averaged the best part of 2 goals a game. It's a different way of playing it. But I love the fact that we've still got, the old Mosquito fleet still playing and playing good football. And, Watson at Hawthorn and Ginnivan have been fantastic this year. And, Jamie Elliott, for a bloke of his size, he's unbelievable what he does.
He plays as a
and so many
forward.
others. Yeah. All right, next time there is a doubleheader on Friday night. The AFL will plan another lightning delay so the 2 games don't overlap.
Yes. They were very quick to get out the ratings numbers, I heard, after that game. Yeah. Hey, see, we nailed it. Yeah, but you had a lightning delay where the second half didn't start till 10 o'clock. Come on.
Hey, they're going to take any win at the moment, I reckon.
Yeah, but the point a lot of people were making regarding why they thought that was a bit of a question mark is, we were expecting a great game, Geelong versus the Bulldogs. But if you're going to have lots of initiatives to promote the game up north and you've got opening round, you went and created opening round, why would then you have a Battle of the Bridge as a double header on the Friday night? That was why people were going, huh? Like, what are you doing?
Exactly. I think this one's for you.
If Collingwood lose to Essendon, Eddie might start an MCG rebuild by himself, in or out.
Pretty much.
Where would you start? Actually, what part of the G would you start with your sledgehammer?
Well, we've got to get the Shane Warne stand happening at some stage. But look, it's a big. I think it's the fixturing of Carlton and Essendon in a 7-day period or close enough to it, 12 days, whatever it is. How long is it? No, 10 days. It's very hard on the heart for a Collingwood supporter, particularly when we're, got injuries and coming into it.
Playing the world's smartest.
No, it's good. We got through Carlton. We've got to get through Essendon, so it'll be a great game. But hey, the Bombers are full of run, and look, this is probably the biggest game for the Bombers in how long? Geez. For them to make an impact this week against Collingwood, if they got up and won, it would be the closest Essendon have had to winning a final since they won a final. They're just huge. They're up on their toes. Even their president's out there belting people, which is great to see. Yeah. I love to see that, a citizen's arrest.
Yes. Well, I've got one. This is a late one that's come through on my ear. Just wait. Speaking of presidents, as a former Collingwood president put his hand up to coach St Dominic's Aloysius Broadmeadows for the rest of the year after giving an inspirational speech to get his side over the line. In or out?
Just St Dominic's it was, yeah. Sadly, my old team's not even in existence anymore. Neither is the league they're in at the northern suburbs, which have been so badly let to just die out there on a vine in the northern suburbs of Melbourne, which is another hobby horse of mine. I think I should coach.
Yeah.
I think I should. Yeah. Why not?
I think you'll be in the running. We'll put you in the mix. Maybe the first coach at Tassie.
I coach every week from the box, the corporate box.
I can imagine you like Ron Barassi Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go Bartel off. And that's it. I'll play one short. I don't want him ever back on the ground. On the phone.
You don't want to have Healy off, Ellingworth on.
That's it.
Bloody weak as biff.
You give me possessions and I'll shut up.
Shut up. Exactly.
All right.
You don't even know what I'm talking about, do you?
I love that one. No, you don't even know what I'm talking about, do you?
The late, great Daryl Sutton from Tasmania. All right, mate, let's go through. Okay.
Level pegging. Level pegging.
Oh, did you come up? Where did I get knocked off last week? Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to check a few of these. Western Bulldogs in Sydney at the Marvel.
Look, I think the Dogs, I think Luke Beveridge is a fantastic coach. He'll find a way to make this game competitive, but the Swans are pretty slick at the moment. So I'm going to take the Swannies, but only by 11 points, Ed.
Okay, I'm going Swans by 5 goals.
Yeah.
I think I think the Dogs have got a big week. It's one of those ones that's going to be a massive effort for Bevo just to get them emotionally up, far less plug the gaps from all those blokes that they're missing. And, I think if ever there was a day for Charlie Curnow to cut loose, this is going to be the one.
The next game, I think it's turned into a fantastic event or moment on the football calendar, the way they celebrate ANZAC Eve, of course, when they turn all the lights off and they do it under lights. It has a special feeling. Big game for both clubs and for different reasons. Richmond's actually got to just dial up the pressure. Just show us that you're in every single contest. Fight it tooth and nail. And the D's, it's important that they actually still come out and put in the same energy and effort as they did against the Lions. No up and down roller coaster nature, of course, after a great win at the MCG last week. It's important they come out and get the win against the Tigers.
Yeah, and let's hope that the crowds turn out as well, because that's been the hallmark of Essendon and Collingwood. Doesn't matter where they are in the ladder, they still fill the MCG. So Richmond and Melbourne fans turn up 7:40 MCG, because it's a poignant and wonderful part of the ANZAC commemoration. I think Melbourne will obliterate Richmond, unfortunately.
Yeah,
let's go to the Saturday games.
ANZAC
I like
Day.
this. Well, this is ANZAC Day, and to underline the point, Jim, they got the fixture right.
Yes.
They did it well. There's a game in Tassie, there's a game at the MCG, there's a game at Adelaide Oval, and there's a game in Perth at Optus.
Well done, Mr. Propeller Head in Canada.
Well done. Hawthorn Gold Coast in Tasmania.
Ooh. Hawthorn are like Geelong at Geelong when they play down in Tassie. You just keep backing Hawthorn until all the wheels fall off. So I'm going to say the Hawks will win this one by 4 points.
Yeah, it's very close for me too. Say 10 points Hawthorn. Collingwood, Essendon Collingwood.
I'm going to go
20 MCG.
I'm going to go your Pies. Essendon got to take out the uncontested marks from Collingwood. If they let Collingwood dictate the play defensively and then deny them the footy, Collingwood will still win this game in a grind. But if they press up, they might be a chance. I'm thinking this is going to be an ANZAC Day thriller like some of the great Essendon Collingwood games.
Yeah.
3 points, Collingwood.
I hope Moore's back and maybe even DeGoey. Certainly that would be helpful for Collingwood. But, yeah, I think it's going to be really tight as well. I don't think the Pies can't kick enough goals. I reckon Collingwood by 12 points.
Yep.
I think it's going to be tight. Port Adelaide, Geelong at Adelaide Oval.
Yeah, I think Geelong's back line will cover Port Adelaide's forward line pretty well. They got quite a few options to throw into Mitch Georgiades, who's a good player. Jason Horne-Francis played a magnificent game last week, but as always plays well. I'm going to go the Cats 22 points.
Yeah, Cats 18. Fremantle and Carlton at Optus, 8:15 p.m. on Saturday night.
Ooh, the Dockers win this by 5 goals.
Yeah, I think so too. It's been a hard week for the Blues. I think it's going to be made harder by Fremantle winning by, I'll say, 42 points.
Yeah.
Sunday, St Kilda West Coast at Marvel.
Hey, what's going unnoticed is, I know real footy talk is, the Saints in previous years talked about they get too far back in their defence and they turn it into a lockdown game. But this year, all their numbers are pointing them playing that front half turnover, which gets you better scores. And I think they'll get better and better at that. And they'll be too experienced and too strong and organised for West Coast. Saints by 28 points.
Yep. I think the Saints will win and win well. I'll give them 36 points. Yeah. Brisbane and Adelaide. Now, this is a cracker. Brisbane will be nice and angry after losing. It's at the Gabba. So I think Brisbane will win this one by 24 points,
Yeah,
4 goals.
Yeah, 30 points for me, Brisbane. But I reckon Adelaide will be pretty level with them till half-time.
And this one is a beauty. GWS versus North Melbourne at Manuka Oval, the former home ground of North Melbourne and the second home ground of GWS.
Yep, I've played both of these sides where they were the home tenants at Manuka, Manuka Oval, the old honey oval there.
Yeah.
It's just so hard to get a read on the Giants. Like, injuries, form fluctuates throughout the games. Giants just...
The Giants should win this by 10 goals.
No,
but I'm going to go for North.
No, they shouldn't. North Melbourne are better than what...
I know they're a good side, but I'm just saying, Giants are, hoping to be anywhere near where they should be. They should still win, but I'm going to go for North.
North Melbourne. Yeah.
I think that they've got a bit of spirit about them at the moment, the Kangas.
Well, I think that's the only one we've gone differently. So I might come down that last one.
Okay, there you go. Good on you, mate.
Thanks, Ed.
Always a pleasure having a chat to you, buddy. So I'll be back from parts unknown up here in Sydney for next week and look forward to catching up.
Say good day to Pete Volandis for me.
I will indeed.